To be fair, I honestly just turned 19 a couple of weeks ago, but I'm 19 anyhow. Hi kiddos, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been very much a while now, like almost a year. But for those who just watch me, hi, I'm Angela. And I might say my first year of student life has been the greatest year so far. It was a very tough journey for me. Hi, this is me editing right now. It was a lie. Because I know it's been the greatest year so far, but no, it was the year that made me the most dying ever. Kind of personal, but you'll understand why. So I just decided to pull through with viewing YouTube again because living has been one of the biggest regret that I have. I have lots of experiences that I just thought would be unfortunate if I did not record it again. But anyways, it was kind of hard for me as well on the other hand. Starting again with this video might be the best way to not just reflect on myself, but I also want to share on what I have learned and regret so far. So I don't know whether someone's watching this or not, maybe younger or older, can also learn from mistakes that I made. Because like I said, learning from mistakes are the best way to revive. Okay, so here are 19 things I learned and regret in 19 years of my life. First would be feeling intimidated is very human. Like it or not, it's very much normal, quote unquote, feeling intimidated when you know someone your age or younger than you have done so much more and better than you while you feel like you're just getting started. Like, that's okay. I've been trying to sit closer, and honestly, this may sound very cliche to you, but everyone's timeline is very different. Because there are lots of driving factors like privilege, environment, who you are making relations with, and etc. So it's very okay to feel intimidated because you are willing to improve for yourself and not easily getting satisfied. But also having fun and enjoying the process is the most important part. Second, procrastinating will only keep your fear and anxiety longer. For me, I only procrastinate not because I'm lazy, but because I'm afraid that I either can't keep up with the work that I'll work on it, or I'm just scared I won't be capable to finish what I start. But the more I try to finish the task, the earlier it finishes too, actually. So again, if you don't start, it won't be finished. Third, sometimes limiting to social media is needed. Aside from screen time and hurting your eyes and neck, I feel like one of the things that distracts me, the biggest one, and make me down so bad is by too much seeing other stories and achievements. Like for example, people's story. I sometimes tend to feel how they feel, and it kind of affects my mental health, so I'd rather off from social media when I've had enough. But still, limiting to social media also stops me from procrastinating my work. Fourth, always ask to your friend when they were to rant at you or share their story to you with, do you want to be heard, advised, or comforted? I honestly just learned and realized how strong this might, because myself in some circumstances also just want to be supported even if I know I'm wrong. Like, okay, I don't need to be advised because I know that I'm wrong. So all I need is just for you to support me. And like how you treat yourself, please treat your friends that way too. Because I know it's a small matter, but it matters to them. Fifth is investing/spending on experiences is something I would really recommend to you, especially when you're in college. I think it's also best if you can want to experience something that is considered to be not good for you, like to go to party for example, or do things that you've always scared of, because at least, okay, now you know. My first crazy experience was when I went to an event with my seniors and they just made us to go an amusement park, and there we tried 5 to 6 extreme rides. I was very down to it. Yeah, I was very scared, although there were no regrets at all, and it felt really good because I can finally feel the ride and the tension, but also the fun at the same time. 6 is, if you can't say something good or better words, you better shut up. This is so real because you'll never know what people is facing or going through. Like, they can seem happy outside but broken inside, you know what I mean? So unless good words are coming out of your mouth, don't say anything worse. 7th, giving space to others and yourself is very therapeutic. Like sometimes facing problems can be very stressful and it could be too much for someone or for us, and with heated head, but you are also pushed to meet people. I won't lie, we could just literally say something bad towards them because we need someone to be mad off, like to release our tension and madness and stuff. So honestly, spacing away from people when we feel exhausted is very wise. Unless if you need, someone to talk to, then don't isolate yourself. Next, nothing's wrong with having fun. Like I used to think having fun is a waste of time and money, and I'd rather work or doing something that is more productive, and I tend to be guilted after having fun. But honestly, nothing is wrong with having fun because not only it can recharge yourself, but also it reboots you to be a fully human again and remind you that, okay, you still have to live in the present. Ninth, you are what you watch. The energy surrounds you from the movie that you watch is real. I don't know if it works the same for you, but myself, I can get motivated. Like, for example, if I just watch someone cleans the room at 2 a.m., but I may be stressed if I watch sad movies. But sometimes I need to hear or watch sad movies to let me cry, or just a good cry, and movies or anything that you can see might make you feel super confident and want to make you out of the bed. But anyways, you are what you watch. 10th, cleaning and finishing tasks are a free therapy. Yes, because all we know, therapy is very expensive. So just a tips, whenever you feel stuck or your mind is very complex, just try to clean something. It's super helpful because it feels like, okay, after you accomplish something like cleaning, right, you will feel very thoughtful and motivated afterwards. 11th, time really is went by so fast. So something I regret is to not cherishing small moment and just tend to underestimate the current event. So like, while after it ends, I often regret things because, for example, I wasn't enjoying certain moments back then. 12th, sometimes we have to pull ourselves from a toxic fishbowl. But it's not about fishbowl. So, surrounding ourselves with the right people and community is best for our sake and development, not to telling that we have to separate ourselves from certain people and be friends with just several people. But, having a right people on your side is good for a long run. So, if you keep surrounded by toxic people, you will be poisoned and you might lose yourself. But still, life is all about choices, and actually you are really free to choose your path and consequences. Next is too much dose of everything is just worse. Like, let's just say dose of sugar in terms of food, but also anything you consume like tweets, people's stories, and etc. Reading daily gossips also just add more thoughts in your mind. But for entertainment speaking, it's good for a laugh, but trust me, it's a double-edged sword. So you can also be drowned and forgetting your well-being if you're too obsessed with what you're following right now. 14th, treating yourself is a huge glow up. Like pamper yourself, make yourself to go to a salon for a facial treatment or cream bath or just dye your hair because it will really boost yourself. Like honestly, I started to do my nails and dye my hair in college, and I really regret not doing it earlier because it feels so good. Like having red hair, red nails, and red lips is just perfect for me. Next, unfollowing / removing / any other synonyms to an acquaintance, not a friend, because that's definitely a strong word I can say right there, is totally okay. So again, if you feel like you wish to not seeing things that you are feeling toxic with or discomfort with, then just remove it. I've been doing that for almost a month now. Not almost a month, 4 months now. And not earlier because I tended to feel FOMO because everyone's talking about them. Everyone is following about them. Or like everyone is doing this and that. And just now, for example, I started to unfollowing celebrities that promote toxic lifestyle, and I just start to follow people that is happily realistic and live their minimalist life. Next is creating a border for yourself is a bare minimum. Border here means that you know and aware that you are appreciating yourself as well. Like for example, allowing yourself to not work on Sundays or letting yourself to not respond to any work related above 8 p.m. Although I haven't done that yet, but anyways. This is me actually editing this video again. So I just want to clarify some things why I said things like, okay, so border is very important is because if you remember earlier in this video as well, I told you guys that I have been working for myself for the past 6 years, and working is actually one of the things that I love to do the most because I'd rather to do something that is considered to be more productive because I feel like, that's better than doing anything else. Like for example, I feel like taking rest, having fun is just a waste of time because I don't find myself valuable in doing those stuff. So hence, I prefer to do work. Or like for example, working on something, even if that's kind of not necessarily to be done, but yeah. So I feel like I've exploited myself for the past 6 years, I can say, and because I know that's just the factory set in my body system, but lately I've been realizing that actually it's not good for you because myself, aside from looking for satisfaction for myself because I feel like, okay, I am capable to do this and that, so that I want to see more what I'm capable of. That's why I always seek for a harder work so I can validate myself that okay, I am good enough. But then I feel like seeking for perfection is actually not really existed, because I think perfection is really relative. Like if myself, I thought that okay, I'm good slash perfect enough, but then there are lots of people that are doing better than me, and then I would not, if I don't stop to compare myself to others, I would not stop, right? That's just the logical sense, right? But then that's why I feel like we have to make borders for ourselves so that we can stop working slash, I don't know, taking rest, have some fun or whatever. That's just makes you as human, because I don't think human is constructed to just work. Because I don't know, I'm not an expert here, but like that's just what I feel. Like we are actually very much constructed to be human, not just being a worker. I don't know what are you seeking for, but that's just the point. That's border that I'm trying to tell you guys here. Anything that makes you feel overwhelmed, you need to set a border of it, because it's a bare minimum that everyone denies, but truly it's what makes everything feels better, starting from creating borders. 17th, if you can survive a solo trip, you can do literally anything in life. Honestly, me personally, I prefer to do lots of things on my own, and I can find joy in myself whenever I go alone or whatever. And believe me, managing a spontaneous trip is a fucking homework, because the stress, the anxious, the terrified to ask the stranger is so real. So if you graduated from surviving a solo trip, congrats, you are one step ahead. 18th, I can say my biggest regret so far is not trying a crazy unexpected things that I feel like I'm not capable for doing it while I haven't really tried it. So who might knows, right? Like the biggest regret that I have during high school is not to try to be an ambassador, modeling, applying for auditions for a role, and many things. Like imagine if I tried, and you too. So while we can still try to explore the new crazy things, why not? That's just, I can say, not to make our old days regretting more stuff. Lastly, no one really cares about what you're actually doing right now. Like, if you overthink on what people might comment on what you're doing, please know that we just one living thing compared to thousands of people, and we're just a tiny dust in this universe. So just go for it. And if you know, you also only live once, right? So just go for it. Like if people were to also comment on you, honestly they will also forget it. Like I know it might affect you so bad, but girl, they're just envy. Okay, so actually there has been 19 points, but just to add something before I end, and this is actually the biggest life lesson that I learned this year, is there's always a first time in everything. And I think there are two ways to see this. Like first is literal, meaning you will experience everything new as a first timer. Like for example, your first internship, your first paycheck, your first customer, your first client, or whatsoever. But the other thing is that let's say you've been doing something for a long time. It might be not be the first for you, but it could be their first time seeing us like this. Like for example, if you're a teacher, then perhaps you might have been teaching a lot, but for the students, it might be their first experience to be taught by you. Or for example, if you're a musician, let's say you've performed a lot, but there might be one kid who just in their first time seeing a musician in a public. So I would say first impression is really matter, other than just as representative, but you know, you can also create and give that energy to many people, and they can be motivated and inspired by you too. Okay, so that's actually so far 19 important new lessons that I learned. I hope you can also learn and inspired from it, as well as what I regretted from my past. Hopefully I can be consistent with my YouTube as well, although I'm still trying to narrow things like what are my types of video, but guess nothing's wrong with exploring too. Anyways, likewise, please like and share to your friends if you like this kind of video. And also, if you're new, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can be motivated to do more videos. Comment down below if you have ideas on what videos should I do and try next. And I hope to see you and talk to you guys again, hopefully by this month. Make sure to also follow my Instagram. I will give the link down below, and see you next time, kiddos. Bye bye.